Yong Seh, co-owner of Shinming Road Bok Kut Te, passed away on 10th January 2025 at age 65, after working up to 18 hours a day for 3 years to repay over 100,000 Singapore dollars in business debts. The hawker stall, located at Kola Food Center in Sin Ming Industrial Estate, struggled during the COVID-19 pandemic. Daily takings reportedly dropped to as low as 100 Singapore dollars, forcing Ong to reduce rest days to just 4 a year and work from 5 am to 11 pm to keep the business afloat, according to Shin Min Daily News. Following his passing, his wife and business partner, Lilian Chua, 66, reopened the stall after only 2 weeks. "I knew he would be worried about our business," she said, adding that continuing the stall was a way to honor his dedication. The couple had been running Bok Kut Te stalls since the 1990s, having started at Rong Cheng Bok Kut Te, owned by Chua's brother-in-law, before launching their own business. They operated in various locations including West Coast, Clementi, Choa Chu Kang, Tampines and Jalan Besar, often relocating due to rising rents or lease issues. Even before the pandemic, operating costs were high, 9,000 Singapore dollars in rent and 4,000 Singapore dollars in salaries. The pandemic devastated their finances, wiping out savings and leaving them in debt. Ong, undeterred, maintained a punishing schedule with no rest days except for Chinese New Year. Ong had been battling a cold for 3 weeks prior to his death, but continued working until 4 days before he died. On 9th January, he reported difficulty breathing and was rushed to Tan Tock Seng Hospital. He passed away the next morning at 5 am. Doctors found no underlying chronic illnesses and attributed his death to overwork and physical exhaustion. Chua remained by his side until the end. She recalled asking him, "How am I supposed to run this stall alone? I'm just one woman. Can I let it go?" Ong, though unable to speak, held her hand tightly, his way of telling her not to give up. Ong had hoped to retire in 5 years and take Chua to visit his ancestral hometown in Teochew, China. Despite being quiet, he showed his love through action, taking over physically demanding tasks when Chua injured her shoulders. Now running the stall alone, Chua admits the future is uncertain. "When we moved to Kola Food Center, business dropped by 40%. It still hasn't recovered," she said. Operational costs remain high, and she has no assistance. Still, she presses on. With more than 40 years of experience, she says she knows no other trade. "I can only retire when I really can't do it anymore." In a 2023 interview with Best Foodie, Ong said, "You have to work hard and persevere, because this is my small business with my wife." Chua intends to carry on in that same spirit for as long as she can.